All right, I'm Paul Robinson, and I'm here to show you how to use FileCheck to not do what you want. The slides are going too fast. Go back. Yeah. There we go. All the stories you're about to hear are true. Names have been changed to protect the guilty. And you're all going to pretend that this is a live demo. So first, we have some text bar, but we don't want to see a foo in front of it on the same line. But we do want to see the bar. So naively we say check not foo followed by bar, and we do check that we want to see bar. We pass our bad text through FileCheck, and it passes. And the problem here is that the check not, it's first in the file, but it isn't actually done first. Well, how do we deal with that? So a little bit more elaborate problem. So we do want to see the foo, but not on the same line as the bar. We know we have this same thing, and we know we have the not thing. So we must be able to do check same not, right? And we try to run that through FileCheck, and that doesn't work either. This used to silently ignore the same not, but we fixed FileCheck to notice those. I do have a solution for this, but I probably won't be able to get to it in time, so I put that slide at the end. You can look at the slides online. All right, here's another case. We have a test that has two different cases, case X and case Y, because I know how to name things. And in this case, the first case, foo is the output we're expecting to see, and the second case, there's a slightly different foo1. Probably if we run the first case, we don't want it to pass the second case's checks, or vice versa, and it doesn't work because foo is a prefix of foo1, and so of course the first check passes. There's a fix for that one at the end also. All right. FileCheck prefixes versus literal lit keywords. Yes, so I am very sad about the Giants this year, but their winning was unsupported. So we say we unsupported with win. We can pass this through FileCheck. Prefix is unsupported, and actually that works because FileCheck doesn't care about lit keywords because we're all modular here, and so these are different tools. All right, so that's great. So we can test, and somebody's bot is running Windows, and it says unsupported win, and lit says, oh, I know what that means. My test is unsupported. Notice that it doesn't fail, which means that this kind of problem is actually rather hard to detect. Just don't use lit keywords, I guess that's the answer there. All right, label. Label has some interesting properties. Here we have an example of some pretend assembler text. We have a label T with some text that we want to check, and label X with some more text. So we just copy that into the check lines. We check for T, we check for part 1, check for X, for part 2. All right, now we run this. We are good engineers. We test our test, and we run it through FileCheck, and that doesn't work either. I'm having real problems with my tests today. Oh, dear. It turns out that the T in the check label matches the T in the word test, and the X matches the X in the word example, because, curiously, check label does not look for labels. All right, it just looks for strings. And so you need to include the punctuation there. Thank you. Here's one case where we had a check line got to be longer than somebody liked, and so we'll break that up into 2 lines, and we'll use the nifty same feature. So first we'll make sure that the original check works. So we have this -o, foo.o, blah, 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 -x, C++. Okay, all works. And then, so this should be, the new check should work the same way, right? Because, well, this is just my lucky day, so it doesn't work either. Because if you look at the end, that dot star on the first line of the new check matches a whole lot more text than I expected it to. So we need to be a little bit careful about that. And as my last hint, this is not strictly a FileCheck thing, but foo and bar, everybody knows that those aren't real names, except when they are. I actually experimented with this, created a directory foobar and built a checkout underneath it. And yeah, not all of our tests are hardened against foo and bar. All right, thank you.